Hi everybody! This weekend is water weekend. We got our water balloons ready. We got some sponges. We got some bucket. There's something inside that bucket.
It was not a spider.
It's not a spider.
It was a spider.
Look. Spray bottle. Okay, so Brighton and Grosse Ile are doing water weekends this weekend, and just to give you a heads up, the entire morning is going to be a little bit different for elementary. Our elementary kids will come in, they will check in, do your normal routine. We will begin with a large group time of worship, but it's going to just be worship time, and then we are headed outdoors for water fun activities, which we're super excited to share with you. So just heads up for that. There's no small group activity. There's no large group teaching time. It's all fun water. Just have a great time for summer. All right, with that, let's hear our first activity.
All right, so our first activity is we are playing Capture the Flag water style. So we have our spray bottles. Each child will have a spray bottle. We will try to make sure that these are full. If you have a child that does not have one that's full, there will be buckets around, so just fill theirs up. On either side of the playing area, there will be some code words that will be laminated and covered in shaving cream. So the kids have to spray each other as well as our code words. They're trying to get all of the shaving cream off with their spray bottle so that they can then say the code word to you. The code words will be something really weird and funny so that they can't spray off.
It'll be very
one
strange.
part of it.
Yeah, so they can't finish it.
Yeah, and then you can always come over and make sure that they got it all right. So that's going to be Capture the Flag. Depending on the numbers of how many kids you guys have at each service, each campus, will determine which, or I guess how many groups you're going to split into to do the rotations. You may have one rotation of kids, or you may have 4 rotations. It could go either way. But just wait till Sunday and you'll find out. All right, next one.
Number 2 is the spoon race. So we've got some wooden spoons. We've got some balloons. The kids are going to put a balloon on the wooden spoon. Classic game. Everybody knows this, right? It says split up to 4 groups, but again, depending on the number of kids, it could just be 2 teams that are doing this relay. They get a predetermined amount of balloons. Let's say 20 balloons that they have to walk down the line and take from one bucket to another bucket. And they're just going to do it as a relay, one after another. Once they get it in the bucket, the team that finishes in the least amount of time and the most amount of balloons wins. If they drop their balloon, they have to go back and start over. If a balloon pops, they've got to go back and start over. So least amount of time, most amount of balloons wins. Okay.
All right, our next one is the fireman's relay. This one will get the kids pretty wet probably. So what we're going to do is we will have a big bucket at one end, and then all the kids are going to be lined up in a row. Here are our children right here, our water balloons, and we'll have a smaller bucket at the other end. So the first child is going to start with their sponge at the front.
Water.
They're going to put it in the water, make sure that it's full of water, and then they're going to pass it over their head to the next child. They will continue passing it over the heads backwards, and then they have to get all of the water out of the sponge, and then the person at the back right here is going to take the sponge and run all the way back up to the front, fill the sponge, and start again until you get the bucket to the fill line, which we will have fill lines, or we'll tell you exactly where to fill the bucket to. All right? So that's the fireman relay.
All right. I think we're doing good with our props. You guys get this? Okay.
It's all making sense.
Okay. Next is Duck, Duck, Splash. If you have not played Duck, Duck, Goose water style, you're missing out. Okay, so it is your basic Duck, Duck, Goose. Everybody sits in a circle. One child walks around, duck, 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 but they're walking with the sponge. And say, I decided Allie's going to be the goose. I say splash, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying duck, 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 duck. This is full of water. Splash! And I squeeze it over Allie's head. And I run, and I try to get Allie's spot as she's chasing
Allie
me.
gets her.
And no, Holly is victorious. Yes. Okay. So, just your normal duck, duck, goose, amped up a little bit with some splash. So it'll be super fun.
Amped up.
Amp it up.
The kids are going to love it.
last but not least, the last 15 minutes of our water activity day will be
kickball. It's going to be
Dun-dun.
super fun.
I feel like we don't use a soccer ball for kickball.
We are only using a soccer ball for kickball because a playground ball will hurt bare feet
To kick it.
So we're using a soccer ball.
Okay.
And I'm actually pretty sure that these will be okay in the water. They'll be fine. We'll
Okay.
have a couple extra just in case. But they should be okay. So the kids are going to split into 2 teams. Again, depending on the number of kids, you may have all your kids at the station at the same time. So split them, I guess, the best way you see fit. If you have older kids or younger kids, or split them all. And you're going to run it just like a normal kickball game. Maybe let each kid from each team kick it once so that nobody's left out. The only thing is that at each of the bases, instead of having regular bases, they are going to be kiddie pools full of water. So the kids
As
have
your
to
base.
get to the kiddie pool. That's their base. That's
Jump
where they'll
in
be
it.
safe. Hopefully, the kids are going to end up drenched probably this weekend, but it's going to be great. Hopefully we have good weather. So that's kickball. This will be for hopefully the last 15 minutes of your time outside. And then just as a note, we want to make sure that we come inside on time so that we don't have any parents trying to pick up kids.
10 minutes before pickup time, and we'll know that closer to Sunday.
Probably Sunday morning we'll let you know when service is out or when it's supposed to be out, and then we'll come in 10 minutes prior to that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that.
I think
Are
that's
you guys
it.
excited?
Super pumped.
You
Water
might want a
weekend.
poncho. I don't know.
Yeah, you might, or at least a change of clothes and a towel.
Be very understanding with the water that's everywhere.
Yes, because it'll be everywhere.
They're going
They're
to have
just
fun.
kids.
They had so much fun last year.
They did.
So
It was awesome.
enjoy.
Bye, guys.